while I've been going to Speaker's Corner and interacting with people, having discussions every Sunday. And I used to go up there with the newspapers and get people's views on different stories in the news. But most people that go there go with their own agenda, go with something that they want to talk about. A lot of them are one-trick ponies, and usually that pony is something to do with religion. But I go there anyway, and I think it's good to engage in conversation and debate and get people thinking, get yourself thinking, and practice listening. And some of the videos I've done do better than others, or they garner more attention. And the last couple of videos I've done featuring Isa, who is a familiar face up at Speaker's Corner, although he does cover his face. I think perhaps that's part of the mystique about the guy that attracts attention. He doesn't want to show his face, he doesn't want to reveal who he is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's a very outspoken and virulently Shia Muslim who is very critical of Sunni Muslims, and sometimes the way in which he expresses his criticism is quite inflammatory. So it's a shame, and this is often the case, I've noticed, that the videos with the most negative content, with the confrontational content, are the ones that get the most views and the most comments, and sectarian language gets thrown around. Whenever anyone asks me what I'm about or what the channel is about, I always try to explain that I am not an impartial observer, but because I'm not impartial, everyone has their own bias, but I try to be fair and honest, and I will let anyone say what they want to say. I believe in freedom of speech, but I do think Speaker's Corner often makes religious people look bad, because the people that go there and the people that speak on the camera are the most fervent and most, not radical or extreme, but they're kind of obsessed with it. And if you only got your view of religion from going to Speaker's Corner, you'd have a very sort of warped view of what religions are about. And I find it sad when my channel is being used in the comments section to express sectarian or hateful comments. It's not nice. And I know that everybody's a keyboard warrior, and they will try and rile you up. I even got people trying to be personal to me. And I always think, if you're making a point about something you believe in, there's no need to swear. There's no need to be abusive. If anything, you're going to make your point or your cause look bad. And when I speak to some of the Zionist guys up at Speaker's Corner, Jewish Zionists, a lot of them are very eloquent, they're very polite. I don't agree with what they're saying, and I am against their ideology, but they put it politely, they put it calmly, they show themselves in a very respectable light. And every time a supporter of the Palestinian people comes along and hurls a load of abuse and types a load of abuse from behind a keyboard, you are just making the cause of Zionism look good, and you're making yourself look bad. And I even joke about it sometimes, but it might not even be a joke. I say, I wonder, are they the paid Israeli Hasbara? Because there are online propagandists for Israel, paid trolls, who scour the internet for debates like this and put the Israeli narrative across. I'm sure whether they know it or not, the people that are making pro-Palestinian people look bad by swearing and being abusive and aggressive are doing the Hasbara trolls' job for them. You are making the other side look good. So just don't let anger get the better of you. There is no need to be angry, especially if you're not directly involved in the situation. If you're a Palestinian who's had his house destroyed, who's been pushed off his land and watched his father or other family members be murdered, I could understand the anger. But if you're in a privileged position and you're debating on the internet, for God's sake, number one, use spell check. Use correct grammar. I hate to be a grammar Nazi, but if you're going to represent a noble cause, please spell check what you're writing. Because if you look thick, if you come across as some kind of thicko, people will associate your low-level intellect with your cause. Just think carefully before you post things on the internet. But if you want to insult me, well, bring it on. I'm not bothered. I don't get insulted very easily. I don't know why. Maybe life experience has made me. I'm not immune to it, but I don't get offended very easily. Probably going to try now. Go on, have a go in the comments, see if you can offend me.